Hello there and welcome to the new video. Now today it's gonna be a good one. I would recommend you go grab a hot tea or hot chocolate, whatever you want, and let's get straight to it. First off, what is this about? Well, I'm going to show you 5 MCPs that turn Claude Code into an actual employee and how you can connect them. But first of all, you need to understand what are MCPs. To give you a specific metaphor, how I describe this is it is like a USB-C port for AI. Where basically when you connect your phone to, for example, a computer, now all of a sudden your computer has access to all of the files inside of your phone and everything pretty much. That's the same, but we don't need USB-C, we've got the MCP. So for example, if we've got some AI like Claude Code and we want it to have access to our GoHighLevel and find some leads in there, we connect the MCP and now it has access to everything that is documented inside of GoHighLevel. So it is like an employee, really. It is like when you give your employee new access and log in to the GoHighLevel. It's the same thing with AI and with Claude Code. Now again, as always, you will have this presentation down below in an HTML. You have to download it and then you can go over it. You can search through everything here. But basically, in a nutshell, the problem is AI is stuck in a chat box. So years ago, when you ask Claude Code, for example, I've got this workflow inside of Anything, I want to build it. How should I do it? Or help me with it? It would generate either JSON, but the JSON wouldn't fully work, or it would just give you an outline, which of course is good for inspiration, but it isn't the real integration. Now, when you give it an MCP tool, it can integrate everything and build it inside of Anything itself. So that's the fix. We've got one port to any2. That's how we use the MCP. Of course, you could have used APIs, but then you would have to create every single API integration step by step, which isn't ideal. And then why it matters? Well, because with MCPs connected, Claude stops describing and creating the outlines and it starts to delivering. So yeah, without MCP, Claude can talk. Now with MCP, he can actually do the tasks. Okay, now the second part of this video is I will be showing you how to add all of these MCPs into Claude Code. It is a super simple process. You can actually even do it without any terminals, without any code, but I will be showing you every single scenario there is. So let's get to Claude Code. Let me open it up real quick. And yeah, let's close this. Okay, so we've got a new session. I will just open up my folder here. Desktop. It should be Claude Code MCPs. Great. Now in here, I mean, you can use any type of folder. This is just I created this one for my video, but you can use any folder, any project you are using already. And what we want to do is we've got multiple options. If you want to connect some MCP that is already in here, you just click more, you go to the customization bar, in here this opens up, you go to connectors. Here you can search up whatever you want, like for example, I believe Notion is in here. Yes, now click connect, and Notion is the one that we will be connecting, so let me right away show you how it works. We click connect, now we give it a few seconds, and all we need to do is log in through our browser. And this automatically creates the access token, and then there's a whole automation with Claude Code that does these things. And now yeah, we've got access to Notion. So this part is super simple. When they have a connection, it is incredibly easy. But if you want to make some customizations and change it, you need to do it in a different route. Now I've got two options with this. You can manually add it in here, so add a custom connector. So for example, add the name. Let's do GoHighLevel because I believe GoHighLevel is not set up here. Remote MCP server URL. I will go to our presentation because we've got it somewhere here. GoHighLevel right here. So I just copy this URL. Again, you will have access to it, so nothing to worry about. And yeah, now we just add this in. We give it a few seconds. We connect it, and again, it's the same process. You just log in. So it's super simple stuff. The second option is a tiny bit more confusing and tiny bit more complex. You need some technical skills, but it's easier because right now we can see I would have to connect the LC, so lead connector MCP from Anthropics, install it, and then I can move forward. But this isn't something I'm gonna do because I don't want to install anything into my computer. That's why we will use the second option for this, where I will just go back to our presentation. I will copy this whole thing. I will go back, I'll send this over, write some quick prompt like add a GoHighLevel MCP. Here are all the necessary informations. And now I will go to my GoHighLevel, real quick. So let's log in. GoHighLevel. I will have to blur some of the information since I don't want to put that out there, any information of my company. Let's give it a few seconds already. Now we go to settings. We go down, we go to real careful, we don't go to normal integrations because that's other stuff. We go to private integrations. Now in the private integrations we create a new integration. We can name it Claude Code. We can do whatever description we want. Select scopes, we can do all since it is an MCP, or if you want to just have it to read stuff, you can choose that. Now we create the private integration. Now we will copy this. Of course, once this video is out, you will not be able to find this anywhere, so you cannot use my private key obviously, but you have to copy it and store it somewhere, ideally into Google Sheets or Supabase or wherever you some vault, because you'll never be able to find it again. You cannot copy it from here. Okay, now let's go to Claude Code, send over. Here is my private integration key, or let's just write it private integration key. Okay, and the last thing we need to add is our location. Here is my location. Okay, the location is always in the URL. You just see the location. Afterwards is the ID that we need to copy. We send this over, do all the necessary stuff with these credentials. So if there is anything else that he needs, he can access actual GoHighLevel through our API key or through our private integration key and find it. Now we just send this off. We'll give it a few seconds and we will come back to this once it is done. While this is happening, we can go on to our next scenario, which is a Chrome DevTool MCP. This is a pretty great one. Again, you can use the terminal, but I believe they've already got the integration in the connection bar. So let's go to connectors. Here, Code in Chrome. What you need to do is you can enable it, but then you have to install the actual Chrome extension. Now, I would 100% recommend this if you are, for example, building some sort of a website. This is a really great way to test your websites and take screenshots of it with AI, so you don't have to really do anything. Okay, we've got the extension inside of Claude Code. Authorize. You just need to again log in into your Claude Code. And now we have access to the browser extension. Amazing, so we have it enabled. Let's see, let's create a new chat. In here, use the browser extension. Now what do we have the use case? Open my live site, click to check out and screenshot anything that looks broken. Okay, now I don't have any specific choice of options for my live site since I'm not building any right now. So let's just use the browser extension to open, I don't know, some site and take screenshot of the hero page. And let's not do some site, but let's do something specific, like for example, I don't know, Apple site. And we will see if this works. Now we can right away go to the actual Apple site, so we can see it is matching Apple. Okay, now for anybody that doesn't know what is a hero section, it's this first part you see on a website, so he should take screenshot of this. Sorry about that. Now let's give it a few seconds. While we're doing this, let's check to GoHighLevel integration. Goes MCP endpoints needs authorization bearer, that's we've got, and location ID, that is something we already sent over. Okay, so while this is again working, we can go on to our next study, which is the N8N MCP. Now the N8N MCP, you've got another multiple options. You can just send this terminal over, but you will need to send over your N8N API key and stuff like that. The simplest solution you can do here is just go to the actual N8N. Sorry about that. Go to the actual N8N interface. I need to open up a different Google account. Okay, so let's go to our N8N interface. You do need to have a update for this. So if you don't know how to update, it's super simple on cloud. If you've got it self-hosted, you need to use the terminal for it, but I 100% want to record a video about that, so I will link it up there once it is done. Okay, now once you are in your interface, you're gonna go on to the left, go to settings. Here we can see instance level MCP. Now we can enable workflows that we wanted to have access for. So let's do, for example, I don't know, AI reg agent and prompt builder for N8N agents enable. Great. You want to add some descriptions so the AI knows when to use this workflow and how to use them. Now, the last thing that we want to do, okay, not this, is check the connections details. Now here, you've got two options. You've got again the server URL, so you can just go to Claude Code. I can see GoHighLevel is already done. Go to customize, go to the connectors, search up NA10. If it is not in there, you can just add custom connector, again, NA10, remote MCP server URL. So you just copy this over, and access token is right here. So to auth client, now we need to add this. Now give it a few seconds, we will connect to it, and we will need to again log in. Or another option that you have is just going to NA10, copying this whole JSON, going to Claude Code, please integrate this MCP already, and just again do the same as we did with the GoHighLevel thing. So it's pretty simple. Now you can see that it has access and integration to everything. Next step, this only takes effect on fresh Claude Code sessions, MCP servers restart connect at the startup. Okay, so now we have access to GoHighLevel. We can try something out real quick so you can see that it actually works. I'm not just joking around with you. So the use case we had here was pull today's new leads and draft a first follow-up for each one. Let's not do for each one, but for the first one. Okay, and let's see what it does. While this is happening, Apple Hero page screenshot. I open Apple's homepage, captured the Hero section, currently showing Apple upgrade promo. Love it, lease it, upgrade it with an iPhone. There's also Slovakia region, redirection banner, and top since the browser is geolocated there. Okay, so it is showing exactly what is in here. Love it, lease it, upgrade it, but we want a screenshot. Now maybe the screenshot is somewhere else. No, so let's ask it again. I ask for a screenshot of it. Okay, now let's give it a few seconds. Go to GoHighLevel. GoMCP server isn't connected in this session. It only loads at startup. Oh, okay, so it cannot work right now. We need to restart the session and then it will work. So basically just close Claude Code and open it up again. So let me just copy this JSON and delete this whole chat. Alright, while this is happening, we can connect our MCP inside of NA10 once more. So connectors, NA10 connect. Alrighty, now we just need to, okay, there's a account mismatch because I've got a different account there, so we cannot use this option. Then the last thing that we can only use is actually sending over the JSON that I did before. Okay, so we send this over, you copy your access token right here, you send it over, bearer access token, great. So connect my NA10 MCP. Okay, now we connect our NA10 MCP, we give it a few seconds. Here the screenshot is about, it's the current Apple. Okay, I cannot see the screenshot, which is trouble. Now I don't know why I'm using this. Okay, I cannot see the screenshot. Okay, now the last thing that we want to connect is a Supabase MCP, which is again super simple stuff. Either it already has an integration here or we will need to go over and do it ourselves. So let's do Supabase. Okay, we already got the Supabase in here, we just need to connect. So this will be a pretty simple setup. Okay, I gotta close this up because it will always go with the mismatch of accounts. Okay, it keeps on going there, I'm not sure why. We want to go to my different account like this. Okay, now let's give it a few seconds. Okay, now we just select the organization that you are working for. For me it's Operation AI, which is my agency. Authorize Claude, and now Claude Code has access to your Supabase. It is super simple these days. I mean, they took really good care of it, so we didn't need to do anything really. A couple of months ago you had to set up the MCPs yourself, but that's past now. Okay, so we just access to Supabase. Now we can do anything with Supabase again. We need to refresh, but we will do that in a second. Okay, edit NA10 MCP. So we've got the NA10 MCP, we've got the Supabase MCP, we've got everything set it up. Now let me just close the Claude Code. Let me open it up once more and we can start testing. Okay, so let's search up use the GoHighLevel MCP and pull today's leads, then write follow up for the first one. Okay, now I'll probably have to again blur this out because this is my client's information, but you will see that it is working. Then for the Supabase, we can also do something, but let's go to NADN. One cage, MCPs loaded at social start. Okay, use this NADN MCP, or let's create a new chat for that. Use NADN MCP to check my workflow and let me know what could be improved. Okay, let's give it a few seconds. We can see that we've got the user pull the contact list sorted by most recent activity. So we had most recent activity with this dummy submission, probably because I was testing their website, and yeah, there is no real lead added today, just one test looking submission. How do you want to proceed? So it actually asks you what you want to do. Now this is a really great way to use it. I mean, you now have everything set of Claude Code. You don't have to jump through GoHighLevel, jump through Supabase, nothing like that. You can just work from Claude Code. You've got multiple options here. You can just talk with it or do what you gotta do. Now the workflow improvement, content integration workflow with Claude Code, prompt builder for NADN agents or AI reg. So basically it is asking us what workflow we wanted to do. So let's do AI reg agent, and then we will go on about our day because this video is getting a bit too long already. Okay, so it used the MCP to get workflow details. Basically it sends over the whole JSON. Now it will analyze it and give us some outline of what should be done to make it better. The Apple Hero screenshot, it looks like it's still working on the screenshots. I tried two things, the screenshot came back successful both times, visible to me in do. And also, since I don't have way to comment the screenshot, it's on a file I can push to directly to clarify what you're saying. Okay, so it's probably showing us this, which is the actual site and the screenshot. So we've got it. Okay, but I want it in my file, for example, save it to my computer in the downloads section, name it Apple. Okay, now let's go back to an NADN workflow and we can see that we've got a whole output of how you can use this. Now, what I want to do is 100% create a skill that will help you do this if you're doing it for your client or for your own business. If you would like something like this, so for example, Claude Code skill that can go to your NADN workflows and tell you what is good, what is bad, make sure to send out a comment and let me know. Okay, now the Apple Hero screenshot is working, GoHighLevel is working, and yeah, this is pretty much it. The Supabase stuff is super simple, and Notion, again, it will work because it is already connected through Claude Code, so we don't have to check that out. Now, I believe this is pretty much it for today's video. I hope this was helpful to you, and yeah, see you next one. Bye bye.